Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be discussing a new what if. We all know the events of the Namek Saga, where we first see Goku achieve the Super Saiyan transformation for the first time, and hands down the best transformation scene out of any anime. But what if things were completely different? What if Goku was born as a Super Saiyan? Frieza's biggest fear having come much more earlier, and having this huge change right at the start of Dragon Ball's story, and at Goku's birth. How could this massive change affect the entirety of Dragon Ball as we know it? Also, I own a Discord server for anyone who wants to join and talk more about Dragon Ball with me and other viewers. Maybe give out some of your own ideas of what ifs, and maybe in the future, I could do them. Check the link in the description down below. Without further ado, let's dive into the first part of what if Goku was born as a Super Saiyan. We start at the day that Kakarot is born, as Bardock and Guinea are there looking at their second son. Bardock tries to read his power level, and at first, he shows a low number, and he loses interest. But then Kakarot begins to glow, and Bardock's radar begins to go crazy, as he looks at the number skyrocketing until it broke, and the last number he read was 10,000, but that wasn't it. Kakarot continued to glow, as his hair spiked up and turned yellow, as this shocked both Bardock and Guinea, as their son is the legendary Super Saiyan. The other Saiyans nearby are completely baffled, witnessing the legend coming true. All the commotion would catch the attention of King Vegeta, as when he sees the Super Saiyan, he is left speechless. At first, he demands to have the baby be sent away, to the dismay of Kakarot's parents. Bardock goes against this, but he was no match for King Vegeta, so fighting him for power wouldn't go well. In their luck, the other Saiyans didn't listen to King Vegeta, telling him that they could not throw away the legendary Super Saiyan, and the fact that his current power level is currently at 500,000. In reality, King Vegeta only wanted to because the baby did pose a threat to his royal status, and didn't want that. But Kakarot was their one chance to get out of under Frieza's rule. King Vegeta turns away, not saying anything, besides to keep this as a secret away from Frieza. In turn with this, when King Vegeta learns about Broly, he wouldn't send him away either, but actually have him be close by Kakarot. Bardock and Guinea were relieved, and decided to tell Raditz about his younger brother. Hearing this, he would get a sense of being superior to Vegeta, as his family is related to the Super Saiyan legend, which would get on Vegeta's skin. But he did wish Kakarot was older so that he could have challenged him, but once he heard about his power level, he grew shocked, a power level of 500,000 as a newborn. With this, it motivates not just Vegeta and Raditz, but the Saiyans, when they learn about the legend. They all kept it a secret from Frieza and his forces, and even as a race grew together stronger, with this new boost of morale. During the 3 years, the Saiyans gave extra care to both Kakarot and Broly, and their power level grows even more during those years. But the weird thing is that Goku never went back into his base form for the entire 3 years. Then we skip to the original date of the destruction of Planet Vegeta. Frieza is more eager to blow up the planet, as the Saiyans seemed more happy, and they were listening to Frieza's command without talking back. He would do a call for all the Saiyans to be on Planet Vegeta like he does in canon, but Bardock would tell King Vegeta about his suspicions about this random call from Frieza. And now with some stronger Saiyans in this timeline, King Vegeta wouldn't question Bardock's thoughts, and believed that Frieza might have heard about Broly and Kakarot, and even noticed how Vegeta was getting stronger. Together, they would decide to gather up all their forces to rally against Frieza. King Vegeta even wanted to bring both Broly and Kakarot. Bardock and Paragus were a bit skeptical, as they were still too young, but if they really wanted a chance to win against Frieza, they would need the help from both of them. King Vegeta stated that their strongest fighters besides Broly and Kakarot is his son, as with the extra more training Vegeta did, his power level would be actually around 12,000 at this point. Note, it was stated that King Vegeta passed his father's power level as a kid, and King Vegeta's power level is around 10,000. So I'd say 12,000 is a good boost for Kid Vegeta with the training. Once they all rallied together, they would charge at Frieza's ship, and an all-out brawl would begin between the Saiyans and Frieza's army. Frieza, Zarbon, and Dodoria all stayed and watched from Frieza's ship. Bardock would notice this and would take him, King Vegeta, Paragus, Vegeta, Kakarot, and Broly all to head towards the ship. Zarbon and Dodoria would head towards the group, knowing that none of them could take either of them out. They would create a key orb that would make them transform into the Great Ape, and have both Kakarot and Broly transform into their Great Ape form, with the difference being that Kakarot's Great Ape form is golden, and his power stands at a whopping 5 million. This catches the eye of Frieza, and fear grows in his face, as his nightmare comes to life, and the legend of the Super Saiyan is real. He gets out of his chair, and begins firing at the Golden Ape, but to no avail, with the two Great Apes losing control near his spaceship and destroying the ship. Frieza tries to attack the Great Apes, but is struggling with dodging the attacks since they are impossible to predict. Frieza grows irritated and would transform into his second form, which would shock the Saiyans. But even then, Goku is still stronger in the Great Ape form, and Frieza is being thrown around by the Saiyan apes. While Zarbon and Dodoria are distracted by the two apes, Bardock and Vegeta would take the opportunity to deal a killing blow to both of them, as then that only leaves Frieza. The Saiyans are managing to overpower the Frieza force, and start to take over the battlefield, as they watch the two Great Apes fighting against Frieza. Frieza sees that he is getting overpowered, so he would try to transform, but he isn't given the chance to do so, with the two apes constantly attacking him, and soon Bardock, King Vegeta, Paragus, and the entire Saiyan race would begin to charge at Frieza to attempt to take him down. Frieza would manage to get some of the Saiyans, but would end up getting overpowered by the sheer number of forces against him. Many Saiyans will hold him down, as then Kakarot in his Great Ape form would shoot a powerful mouth beam that would actually erase Frieza and the Saiyans that were holding him down. Quickly after Frieza was taken down, both Bardock and King Vegeta would cut off the tails of Kakarot and Broly, so that they would stop attacking and calm down. They are quite shocked that their plan actually worked well, but they did say that they would need to prepare for when King Cold would eventually come to this planet, after not hearing from his son after a while. And also, Bardock notices that Kakarot finally returned to his normal appearance, losing the yellow hair and the glowing aura. After their victory, the Saiyans cheer for their victory, and a lot of praise goes to Bardock, as he is the father of the legendary Super Saiyan. They would even want him to be the new king of the Saiyans, which makes King Vegeta angry, but Bardock turns down the promotion, as it shouldn't be him but his son, since his son is still too young to take the role as king. King Vegeta will remain king until Kakarot is old enough to be the new king of the Saiyans, until Kid Vegeta speaks up, saying that when the time comes he will challenge Kakarot for the throne, as right now Vegeta sees Kakarot as a rival, and gives Kid Vegeta a goal to pursue as to achieve the transformation of the legendary Super Saiyan, which even his own father is doubtful that he could do, but does feel pride in his son. The Saiyans will actually find some peace for 2 years, and their society actually grows, with the Saiyans becoming more powerful as they begin training to grow stronger. But Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz would train together, and even get a small group together as they would train with Kakarot and Broly once they turned 4, and 2 other young Saiyans, Vegeta's younger brother Tarble, and a Saiyan that resembled Kakarot. This new group would be Vegeta's crew, as they began training together almost every day. The 3 strongest members of the crew were Vegeta, Kakarot, and Broly. Bardock and King Vegeta would even train with them, but slowly those 3 easily surpassed the 2 adults. Paragus isn't really the type to be a fighter, so he wouldn't train much, but he would keep an eye on for his son. The other 4 members of his crew were struggling to trying to catch up to them, but with the training sessions they had with them, they all grew stronger than most of the adult Saiyans. Even though it was Vegeta's crew, Kakarot was the strongest, with even at his base he surpassed Vegeta, as he was able to grow quite quickly compared to the others. With Broly, they notice that he is a quiet person, but once he begins to get riled up, he begins to go crazy strong. After the second year, he is currently where everyone would be standing in the crew. Kakarot standing at a power level of 20,000, but hasn't tapped back into the Super Saiyan transformation again. Vegeta at 18,000. Broly in a calm state would be at 12,000, but when he begins to get angry, he would go out to 18,000. Bardock and King Vegeta would stand at 14,000, with Nappa at 12,000, Raditz and Turles at 10,000, and Tarbles at 8,000. One day during a training session, a Saiyan soldier would notify everyone that King Cold has made it to the planet. King Cold would land as all the other Saiyans would bow, pretending that things are still normal. King Vegeta and now his 2 advisors, Bardock and Paragus, would show up to a meeting with King Cold, as he suspected something happened with his son, since he hasn't heard from him for 2 years now. King Vegeta would say that he does not know what had happened with Lord Frieza, since he has never shown up for a long time. King Cold looks at the king with suspicion in his eyes, as no doubt Frieza would have told his father about his plans to eradicate the Saiyans, and seeing that they are still here and Frieza is missing, then he has his thoughts. But even then, he knew for sure no one here is strong enough to take out Frieza. Even though King Cold didn't have any evidence that they killed Frieza, he was still angry at them and smirked at King Vegeta, saying that if his son is missing, then he should know how it feels, as he shoots a death beam right through King Vegeta. This shocks King Vegeta and Bardock as they both rush at King Cold, trying to strike him, but he catches their punches rather easily, saying they stand no chance against him. Then suddenly, he spits out blood. All 3 of them are confused as they look down to see Kakarot, in his Super Saiyan form, as he punched King Cold right through the stomach. King Cold was caught off guard, not expecting this, and he walks back kneeling over holding his stomach, as he begins to feel the pain, but also fear, as he looks at Kakarot, as he sees nothing but an enraged face, as then he looks over to see a huge power beam heading right towards him, as it goes off right through his head, killing him. As they all look over to see Broly, as they scan his power level, and someone said that his power level is just skyrocketing without stopping. King Vegeta doesn't pay attention to it, as he grabs his son and quickly tries to put him in a healing pod before it's too late. Meanwhile, Bardock and Paragus try to calm them down. They manage to do so before they cause major damage to the planet, but once they arrive at King Vegeta's location, he was on the floor holding his now deceased son, as he has succumbed to his injuries. Vegeta's crew is sad about his death, but Tarble, Kakarot, and Broly are affected the most, as they saw Vegeta as their older brother. Bardock tapped on King Vegeta's shoulder, saying that there is a place they could go to try to bring Vegeta back to life. King Vegeta doesn't believe him and tells them all to go away. Bardock, Paragus, and Nappa all get the younger kids to give King Vegeta some space. Tarble asks Bardock if there was really a way to bring back his brother, and Bardock does confirm this. He tells everyone that there is a planet he has been to that has a magical wishing orb that can grant any wish, and they will use it to bring him back to life. He does warn them though that it may be very dangerous, as there is a group that he faced when he first went there. Everyone decided that they wanted to go to aid in bringing Vegeta back to life. Paragus decided to stay on the planet to look after the planet and the king. Bardock and the other members of Vegeta's crew all prepare to head out to Planet Cereal. And that's where we're gonna leave it off for now. Tell me how you think about the first part and how it did with the Saiyan Revolution arc. Will the group be successful in bringing Vegeta back? Would they face the Heaters? Now with Goku, how is Earth doing without their friendly Saiyan protector? What could have happened differently? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. If y'all are interested and enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post another part. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next part. See ya!